No. But there are a few upsides.
Going green. Great.
So I'm clearly nailing it at all these things.
Little punk.
He doesn't mean that.
And here we go.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Bear and the Beard podcast live, where we're talking all things She-Hulk. I am joined by Mark, and soon we'll be joined by Keith from Blurtish.
Yay!
And we're going to be doing all about episode 3 and 4 of She-Hulk. How are you doing today, Mark?
I am good. My body is ready to tackle She-Hulk.
I don't know if any of us can tackle She-Hulk. Let's be honest.
I grab a leg and just hold on to that leg. I know she wouldn't go down, but that's okay. I'm ready. I am ready.
Absolutely. Dude, my biggest complaint, and I want to get this at the beginning of this live, is just how short these episodes are. Every single time they end, I'm like, I need more. What's going on here?
Specifically, I felt that way. It's so funny. I love the show. I rewatched with my son today. My son, I asked my son, I was like, yo, why haven't you been watching the She-Hulk? He was like, Dad, I was waiting on you. And I was like, okay. So let's watch it, and we watched today. My son loves it. But of course my son loves it. He has good taste.
Keith says he's on his way. Awesome. Hey, and there he is. Welcome, Keith.
Hey.
How we doing?
Yeah.
We are live.
All right, y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yes.
It's a little quiet, but I can hear you. Yep.
Okay, you froze for a second. You were looking real stoic, but now I see you.
I got the full Blurtish here. That's awesome.
It is my brother, Benicio. Sweet Benicio.
I don't even know where to start with these two episodes. So much happened. I know in the third episode, because we did not do a live last week because I had a funeral to attend. So we're talking all things episode 3 and 4. I guess to kind of start it off, what did you guys think of the Wrecking Crew?
They are not the Wrecking Crew that we see traditionally in the comic, but I thought they were funny.
I mean,
definitely.
They're the Wrecking Crew. At the end of the day, they're losers. Either which way, it don't matter how many muscles they got. They're supposed to get their butts whooped.
And they
so I don't know if I can
did.
curse. I was about to say something else, but either day.
The guy that had the hard hat, he was the funniest because when they were like brandishing their weapons, he just kept swinging his head forward like, "Look at my hard hat, makes me powerful."
I hate to say this, but they look like cosplayers getting down at a line, like they about to do a line. They like they about to do the Cupid Shuffle at a con somewhere in Miami,
it doesn't
Florida.
look like
I don't
they're
know.
about to fight a superhero, that's for sure.
Very neo, glowish, ravish. I don't know.
What? Cool. They literally could be our first cosplay. There we go, because it looked like it would be the easiest thing in the world to just grab
Just put on a helmet, add some
Guardian
glow
symbols
sticks
on
to it or something.
I'm gonna be honest.
Work his hammer and draw some Asgardian symbols on it, and put on some overalls and a hard hat, and say,
I'm gonna have to gracefully decline. I like the cosplay people I like. You know,
they were not very likable at all. But did you guys notice that? I don't think that's the last we saw of them because they were trying to get her blood for some reason. You guys got any theories about that?
There's actually a theory. I guess I didn't think of it, but I watched some of the explainer shows. I know we kind of going around that possibly the guy in the ski mask is the wrecker usually, right, with the crowbar, right?
Okay.
That the wrecker may have been the guy on the date with her who asked about her blood, like that your skin is indestructible.
Oh.
There's a theory because it's like there is a theory, but he seemed because he did ask a very specific question: can vibranium
He
pierce
said,
you?
"So are you indestructible?" I didn't even.
He was
And she
really
like-
pressing her, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was just weird, but
And
that,
she was
that
like-
makes, I mean, he's weird anyways, but that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Because who
He
the
was
heck
weird.
is?
I told my son is 18. I was like, yeah, so like when you out dating, try to not be that guy. Like,
Try not to be almost any
I'm
of the
just
guys
saying.
she was out on a date with. They were a bunch of
I
jerks.
know the world has been snapped. I know things have happened, but how many people just gonna mention vibranium on a date? I don't know. How many people really like? How many of the general public knows about vibranium? Even though I know the Black Panther time has happened in the universe. Maybe I guess I'm looking at it that way, but we don't know how he look under the mask. It could be him.
It could be. It definitely could be. I really love Blonsky through this whole series so far.
oh my goodness.
I thought he was going to be a problem, but so far he's just been lovable.
I mean, you know what? To be fair, he has 7 soulmates. That brother is in a peaceful a state as he can be. Seven soulmates who have afforded him a nice big plot of land for him to build his meditation center on.
Absolutely. And I don't know all the characters. Our social media guy Jay, he was telling me what the name of the bull guy was, because in the trailer we actually see that retreat. She-Hulk's going to go there for some reason.
Yes.
And there's all kinds of characters there, and I didn't recognize any of them.
You're not supposed to because they're
Okay.
they're very D-list, Z-list. It like the bull guy is Man Bull. Basically,
Okay.
you see how they did the wrecker in them? Think
Yeah.
even lower than them. So they're
Lower than the
they're
wrecking
gonna
crew?
really play them up for
yeah,
jokes.
because the record,
Yes.
yo, like I actually, because I collected like the Thor books and that, like yo, but I was making this point to you earlier. There are a lot of people who are saying, why didn't they stick with the books? They kind of are. If you've read
Oh, yeah.
She-Hulk, they are not. This is as close to She-Hulk in the comic books as Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is to Deadpool in the book.
Absolutely.
It's a
Some
pretty
people are
cool-
complaining about how wacky things are at the law office, but if you read the Dan Slott run, she makes a comment about how she thinks this place is a circus, and that's how they play it. I mean, you got Wong just walking in anytime.
I mean, if you do, you know,
yeah, we have Wong. He's pretty much Twitter armor for us because episodes with Wong do better.
if you read the Dan Slott run, and I admit I'm generally sympathetic to those who don't read, because I don't read every single thing, so I don't like comic book snobbery. However, unfortunately, folks, yes, if you do read the Dan Slott run, which I went back to, I've almost finished the first set of I think it's 12 episodes. I'm like up to issue 10. Literally, while Holloway is walking through her, they're doing stuff in space, interdimensions. It is a very wacky, strange. It's like walking in S.H.I.E.L.D., but a law office. It's his office. Like they've already started the superhero division in the comic book, and they just bringing her to be a part of it. I don't even think she heads it, or she's a part of the head, but it's like, we don't know. It's gonna
something too.
Yeah, they flipped the inverse of. He only wanted Jen. He was like, all right, She-Hulk is a liability, but you're so good of a lawyer. I want you because you're She-Hulk. Just don't do that She-Hulk stuff while you're on law, while you're being a lawyer, because Jen is what I want.
Yeah.
But it flips, but it's also a lie too. Read the Dan Slott story. It's kind of a lie. He wants them both. He wants everything. And it's not necessarily a bad reason yet. I haven't finished it, but Holloway is, if they stick to this, I'm going to be honest. That's probably a season 2 thing. You're not going to get it. I don't think you're going to get season 1 because you only got 5 episodes left. That would be a lot to do in one season. Now, that is impossible. But for 30 episodes, I doubt it.
Well, and Marvel has a certain pace with these shows. They don't have like 4 villain stories happening at once in these. It's very kind of straightforward for a lot of their shows, and so I think, other than we don't know what's going on with the people who want her blood, that's going to be the big problem. Whatever's going on there, and then Titania. I actually called the Titania. I'm so bad at saying her name. I know I'm butchering it, but I called the whole thing that it's going to be a whole social media buzz thing. Like she wants the popularity. I called it. I knew that's what they were going to do.
Can I say this?
What's that?
Oh, go ahead, Mark. You got something to say?
Oh, no. I'm waiting to hear what you got to say.
Because we're kind of jumping through 3 and 4 episodes, 3 and 4, right?
Yeah.
So it don't really matter. Okay. I'm gonna say this, and I was talking about this with Mark earlier. First of all, good call. I didn't see that coming. I like that she's like this instead of like nobody can't really run up on a Hulk except for a few people in the MCU. Titania never really got hands for her. It's just not gonna happen. She has to be like souped up on like Phoenix Force juice last time she was even a match for She-Hulk. And that still was not close. She-Hulk, they really be taking it easy on her. Like She-Hulk can kill her, just keeping it real. But and Titania's strong. But the way to bother somebody who is a lawyer to update her for this year is somebody who can win in public, the court of public opinion.
Yes.
That's how you be a nemesis for a lawyer.
Right.
For somebody who's very smart, and just for something that I'm not gonna go deep into it, but to see She-Hulk have her name stolen, even though she didn't want the name.
She didn't want it.
Say we know something about that. So it kind of touched home a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait,
I love.
There are people who have wanted. I'm sorry. The point that Coop has not made, but has made without making it correctly. Yeah, we've had some folks who tried to mosey up on the Blurtish name. So.
Oh.
So I'm not. Titania in this way is being a jerk because she bought the name as soon as they gave it to her. Let's just say some other people would try to do it or have tried to do it with us per se, or would like to go all the way, but sorry, some of it's it's trademark. So unless you're gonna spend the money, you ain't gonna get every single part of it.
Do it, but otherwise, please, as Titania said, She-Hulk, please keep your name out of your mouth.
And she's doing it for some perfume or something.
I mean, sadly, in some of our peers in our social media content creator circles, some people think that's a good move. Yes, it's illegal, but that doesn't make it not a excuse my language, a dick move.
Oh yeah. I love that you said court of public opinion, because that's literally a line that Matt Murdock said in No Way Home, and we're getting him in this series. And this isn't technically related to episode 3 and 4, but after the 4th episode dropped, they released their mid-season trailer. Have you guys seen it?
I haven't watched it yet.
I have not. I think they just released it. I know there's gonna be more Daredevil, and I know what they dropped it today, right?
Yep.
Shout out to Disney for being petty, because Black Adam dropped, and shout out to Rafe White if he's listening. He did a view count, and guess who has get this midday trailer has as many views as the Black Adam trailer. Disney petty, man. God damn. They like, oh no.
That Black Adam trailer does look really good, though.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, could be fronting on DC.
It ain't fronting. I'm saying if you're going to pull a Titania, they pulled it. I'm saying.
I mean,
I'm not comparing a movie to this, but I'm saying
because there won't be a comparison.
Don't have more views than a Black show.
Black Adam is gonna make a whole lot of people who just love Marvel. It's gonna make them mad. It's gonna be excellent.
See, I love Marvel. I want DC to do better. So if it's a good movie, I'll be very happy.
I'm the same way. I don't hate it. I hate WB though. WB's the real villain. But anyway, we didn't complain about that enough on our own podcast. But make it to you, sir. I'm just saying.
WB is the cat when the Scooby-Doo crew is pulling off the masks, and then you think it's you see if you see Ezra Miller's face when they pull off one of the masks, he's definitely the bad guy. But then when you pull off his mask, it's a WB symbol. Bum, bum, bum.
But in the trailer, she mentioned something. I never even in a million years would have thought of shipping Matt Murdock and She-Hulk. But
I mean, didn't
I want it now?
Matt Murdock. Okay, Mark can attest to this. Hey, I'm just gonna ask this straight up. In the comics, didn't Matt Murdock and them hook up? But here's also the question, folks. For the folks who don't understand, She-Hulk, newsflash, hooks up a lot. Oh yeah. So,
and I love that we got that in the third episode or fourth episode? Is one of them.
Fourth.
We got this guy who, oh my god, I loved him at first. It wasn't until the morning after that I hated him.
Guy.
He was so sweet.
He's so sensitive.
And then he turned out to kind of be, I mean, not totally a jerk, but he's a jerk.
Yeah, he's a jerk. He's like, oh, yeah, I wasn't here for the regular you. Come on now. Where's the big green
I loved
muscle?
it when she was carrying him. Wouldn't everyone want to be carried by She-Hulk? Let's be honest.
Real talk. Newsflash, folks. This is where I get real. When I was a lot skinnier a long time ago, my girlfriend, who was very much track athlete, showed me how strong. She actually picked me up like that once. Nothing happened. I'm just saying she did it. I was skinny enough when she was able to pick me up. Brian Beard's mind just got blown.
I love that. I love that.
The explosion.
It's funny.
I was like, you can pick me up.
I'm not a very tall guy. I am tall in Manila, but here in the States, I am not. But it's so funny. Someone once asked me, do you like only date women shorter than you? That would reduce the dating pool to about. So no. So yes, I have dated women that were taller and sometimes bigger than me. And yeah, every one of them, they either want to beat me up or they want to pick me up. And I'd be like, hold up, I'm a little heavy. Yeah, I've had girls pick me up this way, and
I'd lose my mind if a woman picked me up. I'd be so happy.
My mom is taller than my dad. Was taller than my dad, so Hey, but my dad said like this. Hey, look, Ace, I just stuck with you. You're like, you know what? I'm ugly. I'm short, but my woman pretty. So there.
I love when you talk about your dad, Coop. I promise, because he says his dad says stuff like that all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm ugly.
So
my wife not. My wife pretty.
I want to talk about the controversy around what I think was an amazing end credit scene with Megan Thee Stallion. People lost their minds.
You want to start, Mark? Or I'll start.
Okay, I can say this because I watched it. I watched all of She-Hulk with my son today because he had been waiting. He had been waiting on me. I felt so bad. We get to that scene, and he was like, "Okay, so what are they mad about?" I was like, "And that, sir, is the question." That's the question we're all
Love you,
asking.
Jay.
I like Megan Thee Stallion.
What up, Jay?
I like when Megan Thee Stallion twerks. I like it. I have never seen Megan Thee Stallion twerk and say, you know what? I really just don't like when she does that. No, that is a thing that I like. My son also liked it. I think Coop liked it.
People should have just thanked
I
Kevin Feige for this. Just thank it.
First of all, thank you for dropping that video in.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to
appreciate
Beard with all technical know-how. My
the
thing is
technicals.
I agree with I agree with Mark. I agree with your son. Also, it's just without going to, my rants can go a little crazy when I'm on my own podcast. So let me reel this in. I'll just say this. First of all, she's in a pantsuit. The week before, her butt cheeks was out in Tokyo, folks. So all I'm saying is that the Tokyo crowd, while she was dressed up as Sailor Moon, got to see the real thing. Second, talking blurtish, y'all the wrong ones to talk about. We in South Louisiana, y'all. Guess what? We met the person who invented the word twerking. It is fact. DJ Jubilee from New Orleans invented the word twerking. I have been listening to the word twerk since I was in middle school. Yes, I said middle,
It's
whatever.
not new.
Junior high, however you want to put it.
Middle,
It is a part of our culture. It has actually become mainstream as far as the word twerking. So I get it. If you're not gonna like it, some people, I'm just gonna keep it right real. There's an aspect that some people don't want to deal with women in general having fun, this and that. There are also some people that might feel a way about a fine black woman who got power and success, twerking, doing her thing, whatever. And also for me, I'm gonna give love to the actor because the actor wanted to do it, and she's such a little tiny woman. When you see V behind the scenes, she's in the mocap suit twerking.
And
she's
a huge Megan Thee Stallion fan. Like this whole line where she's like, "I'll kill for you, Megan Thee Stallion." Like that's her. That's the actress. She wants that.
Right. She wanted all of this because she is in like real
shout
life.
Out to her.
She really is a Megan Thee Stallion fan, and she was like, "Oh, we can have her on the show." Yes.
I was wondering how it was because I saw the memes before I saw the episode, so I was wondering how is this going to tie in, and it's because of an Asgardian shapeshifter.
Clever.
First, let me say this. Brian, how old are you?
I am 26.
Okay, I'm 41. Mark, how old are you?
I am 20 years older than you. I'm 46.
Okay. So, with that said, look, y'all. I'm talking to us old heads. I'm talking to you, us 81 and beyond kids who still love this game. Have some grace to allow people who are younger than you to like their pop culture. Okay, we're still in an era where we grew up loving hip hop, so it's gonna be a little bit different for us, and culturally it's gonna be a little bit different for us. We like all type of eras of hip hop, and we allow room for new people, women, different backgrounds to be a part of the genre. Guess what? We appreciate it from Will Smith because he was loved and beloved in the hip hop community. Queen Latifah was beloved in that. People cross over all the time. Ice-T, the man made. Just look up the songs that he made when he was doing hip hop back all the way back in. And he's been playing a cop for the last 20 some odd years.
Right.
In fact, 30? Because he's been playing since.
I told my son the other day, I told my son, hey, believe it or not, there was a time when Ice Cube was the hardest guy on radio. He was the hardest guy on radio, and they were scared to play him in people's houses. My son was like, the dude who makes the family movies? I was like, yes. If we've allowed all
the guy who makes the family movies,
why can't we allow Megan Thee Stallion? And Megan Thee Stallion came into the game
when
saying
NWA was a part of the famous group NWA, who got pulled off the stage by the county police. And where were they at? On the road. And that was a part of that movie. You can see it in the documentary as well too. So if that does not bother, if you're not crying about that, which some people will, and whatever, it's even been parodied. That part has even been parodied by the great Phil Hartman and Chris Rock CB4, which one of the Chris Rock movies I actually do love. So you can see that I'm speaking things that I do know, and that has actually been documented. So somebody twerking in a pantsuit, stop it. And also, stop this. Stan Lee probably had a lot of fun. I will say it nice. You know what era he grew up in. He created Stripperella. He loved thick, fine women. I mean,
Stan
just
Lee
look
would
at
love
some of the
this.
characters.
Facts.
What I was telling people in some comment sections, because people are saying, "Oh, Stan Lee wouldn't stand for this. Stan Lee wouldn't stand for this." Stan Lee's favorite cameo he did was the one where he was DJing the strip club.
Can you blame him? Because that's Stan Lee. Stan Lee worked hard to get to that level. Stan Lee
would love
was
this.
Was he not a frequent guest of the Playboy Bunny Mansion? Okay, so
Him and Hugh Hefner were like,
they were boys.
He actually played Hugh Hefner in one of his cameos. Like, this isn't new.
This
isn't new.
I think Stan Lee was the
man
Marvel character that he created before, in the 80s, he created her. She was the last big name character he created for Marvel. He did some recreations.
First of all,
way later, but she was the last major character that he contributed to the creation of. So,
and he created her so CBS would not have her because they were going to create She-Hulk for the TV show. So he created her so he would get the rights, and nobody could change, what they do with her. I think now, if you look at it years later, for that his creation that would have been owned by a TV show, I think he'll be fine with what's going on. If he liked the Dan Slott episodes, I don't think he'll have an issue with this. If anything, he'll probably want to spice it up a little bit more. Please.
Yeah, because he really was a fun dude.
It didn't take anything away, even if you don't like twerking. It didn't take anything away from the episode because it was an end credit scene. I don't think anyone has any excuse to be upset about it.
The funniest thing is, I hear a lot of guys playing respectability politics with it, and that just doesn't do anything, man. I don't think her twerking at the end of an episode does anything negative to the characters. It doesn't change any aspect of the character for me.
We literally just watched a movie where a demon eyeball popped out of multi-dimension and fought a grand wizard. Oh, excuse me, supreme wizard. Sorry, grand wizard. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah,
but I'm saying a wizard from a hellscape. I think a woman from Houston who's a successful rapper can twerk in a pantsuit and you don't clutch your damn pearls. You'll be fine. Deal with yourself. Calm down.
So
the behind the scenes, that was her putting on the mocap suit. That was it for me because I thought it was all CGI. I thought it was just CGI twerking. No, she really
was her. Yeah,
it's great.
And look, in fact, I'll be fair. If anything, I want her to improve her twerk. Get them things really moving, She-Hulk. Come on.
I'm okay with it. I think she did bad.
I can use. Hey, practice makes the dream work.
Hey, and Megan was, of course, she was magnifique. Yes.
Hey.
Yes. Oui, madame. I shall have more. Please.
But for y'all who are sick of twerking, we can move on. So we're glad we addressed that.
I think the only other thing that happened in episode 3 was Abomination or Emil Blonsky's parole hearing, which he scared the freaking crap out of them, turning into. Imagine sitting in that room. Imagine you're in the real world and you're sitting in a room and someone just grows to that size.
Yeah,
I would probably crap my pants.
I saw some reviewers are like, "Oh, I don't know why they're so scared." No, everybody don't see that. I don't think you like, you know. And then
Everyone saying that would probably
like,
cry when they saw a gorilla coming at them. Like, this is bigger than
Yes.
a gorilla.
This man, what? He went up to what, 12
power.
feet tall?
And you have to understand, these people view him as this monster who destroyed the city.
And to be honest, I mean, he destroyed like half of Harlem. So I mean, you know,
They have
personally,
reason to be scared.
I think that he got off easy to get out on his first parole here. I mean, he doing pretty good in life. And he got 7 ladies who were thrilled when he changed. They were like, "Oh, like,
Oh yeah, they weren't
like
scared at all.
lizard muscle man, sure."
They're probably with him because he's Abomination.
But,
That's just their thing.
In fact, can I just say this? First of all, shout out to our homie Elok if he's listening or watching. He made the meme, or he got the meme. Nobody said nothing. All the people crying about twerking. Ain't nobody said nothing about Abomination Sister Wives thing going on over here. I ain't hear a peep from those guys. I'm just saying, if that's something the tearing down the fabric of society, how you ain't gonna judge that? I ain't hear nothing. They were like, what? I ain't see no problem. I don't know nothing. Twerking. Oh, got seven friends, soulmates.
Soulmates, yes.
Soulmates.
And he had to clarify that. He had to clarify it too.
This ain't why.
Even in the best of my himbo days, I don't think I did have 7. I understand why that man was so peaceful.
He's excited to get out. He's gonna do anything.
He said
anything
he
to get out on
called it
parole.
better age.
He got
And I
other
loved
things
it.
to do than to act up. He got a lot of work to do.
Right. His white Crocs chilling. Like, I need y'all to go ahead and release me. I got some work.
It's like,
I do have a big plot of land, but there are other things that need to be tended to.
the way he put down those Crocs, it just made me feel he was very Korg-like. Like, oh, see my Crocs? Let me put it down. Let me cover my towel. All right, I'm ready.
As you see, I'm in
Yeah.
full control. They're still freaking out. He's talking very calmly. They're still freaking out.
And quite frankly, I kind of like the freak out. It reminded me of when Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2 popped up and everybody was losing their minds. It was like, ah!
It's a monster! And then I love it every single time we get to see Pug. Pug is such a lovable guy.
He is dope. He is dope. I love how they embarrassed old boy when to win the case. They were like, would he think that he could actually date Megan Thee Stallion?
Delusional.
And
I know people that delusional.
Like, he once described himself as a New York 10 and an LA 11. I love
that line right there. Cute. Like, wow, this man has. I ascribe to have that much self-worth, but I don't want to be that deluded.
No, I think that
Good
makes
Lord.
self-worth dangerous. I've been to New York and I've been to LA recently, and let me tell you, New York 10 is quite impressive. And LA 11,
And let me say this.
sign me up.
And let me say this, folks, again, to the people who are crying about, oh, it's my man hating this and that. Dennis is easy to hate because when I came in comments on here before, I was like, Dennis ain't got to come back. And they took Dennis and made him integral to a good episode.
Right?
That was something I did not see coming. And
Absolutely.
hey, Megan Thee Stallion didn't insult him. She didn't even address him or nothing. So she could have been like, no, you cannot pull me, clown. No. But she didn't. Hey, she was just like, look, I just don't want to be impersonated by this weird elf person, okay? And then she got
only one Megan Thee Stallion.
There is only one. But if you can be Megan Thee Stallion and you can do the twerk and you can dance and you can do whatever, might be a good career out of it. If anything, you should be hired by Megan and be like, Megan, hire me. You need to be in 2 places at once? I got you. You need to stand in? Bam.
So one character I thought I was going to hate.
You know.
in episode 2, well, I did hate this guy, Donnie Blaze.
Oh,
God, he annoyed me. But his first assistant, Madison, I thought I was going to hate her. I genuinely thought I was going to hate her, but by the end of the episode, I want more Madison.
I like Madison. Wongers.
Might have heard maybe signing her soul over to a devil. I don't know. She was so funny.
Like, oh man, she was so well written. Like
Her friendship with
You
Wong.
don't know what the Y is.
Did you get sent here
It's
by
Madison with a Y. You don't know where it's at.
I got out of it by giving some goat 6 drops of my blood. It was so casual about
She's so
it.
casual about it, yeah.
Like,
my favorite line is when she was like, something about, are you in here for texting and driving? Just tell them you're contacting 911. That's not how that works.
it was great.
First of all, I need Megan to maybe get a little sober. I mean, Megan, I said Megan. You see what my mind? Madison.
Yes.
Well,
in the end, it seemed like she was when her and Wong were watching TV together.
That was cute. It was cute. First
She
of all,
seemed like she'd settle down a little bit.
I'm happy for Wong for multiple reasons. Because he looked like he can use a friend. And,
It's
you know,
lonely.
look, we're going to keep it real. I hope that they can start a nice, fruitful relationship and be great for each other. Or just be great friends.
Yeah.
And quit ruining his TV shows.
Yeah. By the way, I want to talk about that. I love every single time we have Wong doing something pop culture. Because in the Doctor Strange movie, it was him listening to Beyonce. Now he's watching popular shows like The Sopranos and This Is Us. Like, he is an ancient, like, mystical arts guy who loves pop culture stuff. And I cannot get enough of it.
He is the Sorcerer Supreme, Master of the Mystic Arts, former librarian of Comitage, and he also
He's a librarian.
Like he locked in with Beyonce. Wong is a man after my own heart.
He's a man of culture.
Absolutely.
I love. Once again, and this is the DC guy talking. Marvel is brilliant in their ability to make you care about characters who were C and D list characters in the comic book. Like, I love this show. I love the supporting cast. Like, I don't see any weak links in the supporting cast.
I mean, what you just said, growing up, I never gave any thought to Wong in the comics.
Yeah.
Now here we are with Wong, by this great actor, killing it, and I like that Wong has a lady friend. Absolutely. This is how far we have come in Marvel. Like,
can Madison get a sling ring and start
just pop in every single time she wants? Absolutely,
dude. She already sold her. She already put a soul on the contract. No,
Wong is doing battle with Dormammu when she pops up like Wong. You said we were supposed to be.
She don't need to go to the dark dimension. No.
Just imagine like the next Doctor Strange movie. Wong's in the middle of some fight saving Steven's ass. And all of a sudden she pops in like, I thought we were going to get tacos. Why are you fighting this evil monster? Madison, just give me a second.
But I will say this though. I need Wong to not be sling ringing when people about to do. That's wrong, Wong.
Yeah,
That's foul.
Yeah.
That's foul.
Oh, and Wong was like, "Why are you
don't do that, Wong."
Sure.
Well, I see why you're not.
It's right there. He just popped in right behind her.
I feel like your dad. Way to kill the moment, Wong.
And she's bitching about it the whole time that she's fighting those little demon things. She's like, could have had him. Then she goes home and has him.
Yeah.
Hey, he didn't go nowhere.
He was patient. He had me until the morning when he just kind of dipped like that. Like, she made him breakfast.
Like, oh, he's such a dope guy.
She freshly squeezed oranges for this guy. And he's like, nah, you're too short. I'm gone.
He could have slid out a little bit better. If you could, like, at least like, hey, let me get your number and then I'll call you.
Yeah.
At least keep the door open. keep the door open if you got to slip out the door. Be like, I'm out.
But honestly, I'm kind of glad he's gone because now I want her and Matt Murdock together.
I mean, if this was, I told a joke, and I'm gonna say this: if this was Netflix or if this was HBO, my God, between them two meeting, you don't know what would happen. But since it's not, you ain't gonna see it like that.
Everything's off screen.
You know,
no,
Daredevil, Matt Murdock is one of the biggest himbos. Like the biggest himbos in Marvel are like Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock has game. He doesn't even know he has game, and he has game.
Hawkeye.
No, he know he got that. He know.
Tony Stark, obviously, but not so much. Tony was not as big a himbo as either Matt Murdock or Hawkeye.
In the first two Iron Mans, he was, but he kind of calmed down after Avengers.
Right.
Yeah.
And
he focused on
Thor is a tremendous himbo in the comic book. So, I mean,
oh my God! Imagine Thor and She-Hulk meeting.
Okay, so it is like the latest.
No, pairing. I meant in the MCU.
Right, it's the latest pairing in the comic book, but she's Savage She-Hulk. Like, so she's like big She-Hulk, and she hooks up with Thor. Unworthy Thor. So
okay.
So that can happen.
I'm sorry, my mind is going somewhere. This sounds like the beginning of a certain type of movie. I don't know what else to say. But Unworthy Thor, Savage She-Hulk. Tune in tomorrow, folks.
You're
how
not
that's gonna work out.
Infinity Gems, are you? Well.
Well, do you guys got anything else to say about these awesome 2 episodes?
I will say this: fourth wall breaking. One of my favorite ones when Pug showed up. When she slipped in, she was like connecting the A and B plot. I lost my mind. That was like, I love the Brat Pack tone of these things. These tonal, the comedy of it. And I like how she was like saying, this isn't a cameo show. This is my show. Like, wink, nodding. I saw one dude who didn't quite get it. I think he was either laughing at it, or I hope he was laughing at it. He was like, she continued to say it's not a cameo show, it won't come back. I'm like, do you get the joke that she's joking, right? I hope he knew that was the joke, that this is a cameo show. Because She-Hulk herself is a cameo. Because
and we're about to get Matt Murdock eventually.
We're gonna get Matt Murdock. I mean, it's a lawyer show. People are going to drop in and out. And
one
honestly,
of the best things that Marvel ever did was start integrating their characters into each other's shows.
Yes,
it was brilliant in a way that DC was like, you can do that. Then they went Batman v Superman. So, but yeah, Marvel.
I don't even want
like,
to bring up those things. Oh my God!
If I make a lot of money with this guy, and I make a lot of money with this guy, and I put them together, I will make a whole lot more money.
More money.
And DC was like, we could do that.
And quite frankly, I don't know how people are tripping, because ultimately they're finally starting to act like the New York version of the Marvel New York version of Marvel. You see Spider-Man interacting with Doctor Strange. You see Matt Murdock pop up. You see losers like the Wrecker pop up. You got Titania popping up. You got Wong popping up. I mean,
it
honestly feels like we're getting
Tony
comic
Stark
books
throughout.
but in visual
like Bruce kept mentioning Tony, like they had a little bromance. I feel bad for him.
Oh yeah, I really
you can tell like Bruce's sense of loss. Like losing Tony was big for him. Probably the only smart guy who can relate to him and not make him feel like smug Hulk. So
I'm digging the comedy, man. Like, I think the comedy from 3 to 4, like, the smartest thing they did was get rid of the origin story as fast as possible. Get through that.
And they made a reference to her original origin story. They actually made a reference. One of the reporters was like, "Is it true that it was a mafia hit done wrong?" Like that's a reference to her original origin, but it's not it.
Yeah, it's just.
I love how tongue in cheek they are with some of the Easter eggs and things like that. Brilliant.
And I also want to tell folks who watch these things. I know, like, look, I'm one of those people. It's hard to spoil stuff for me. Plot and the dressing of the show. Some of y'all got to get a little bit tougher skin and do this for me. Read what the hell the summary of a show is before you jump in it. If you did not know when they said this is going to be a workplace lawyer show comedy, they said that multiple times in multiple media. It's okay to check into different media and to actually hear from the creators themselves. When the creator who signs the checks tell you what it is and what they're selling it as, trust the marketing. I know people don't like marketing this and that. Don't make up some shit in your mind that don't exist. Listen
it's
to
okay to not like it.
It's okay to not like it. But if you're going to
It's not for
don't change the basis of what it is. I did not go into watching, I don't know, the new Batman and thinking it's going to be George Clooney with a back credit card. Why does he have great weapons? Because it's year 2 Batman in a more grounded setting of what they told you was going to be. So once you have that framework, use your context clues, people who are supposed to be very smart and understand and learn and apply that shit. God damn.
I think so many people.
I have this theory. I don't think that a lot of the people who hate on the show actually hate it. I think they're saying they do to be loud and get attention. Because if I don't like a show, if I'm watching something and it's not for me and I'm just not digging it, I'm not going to click back to it. But they know what's happening in every episode. They're watching it. If you really don't like it, leave it alone then.
How do you get
Once
to
I watch
episode-
one episode,
it's like I say, whenever my girl cooks something like delicious, I'll be like, oh, that was terrible. I don't know how I got through 6 plates of it. I don't know how I'll get through 2 more.
I'm trying to think of a show that I dropped that I just like. Sadly, almost every network show. Like, in fact, I'll give you a show that I used to like, but then I wind up dropping. Pretty much every CW show. It gets to a point where it just expired with me, and then I'm just done with it. Like, I don't talk about it. I don't even I don't know the last time I brought up a CW show to Mark, maybe 4 years ago. Far as, oh, hey, did you see this episode? Or kind of like when Black Panther, like not Black Panther, Black Lightning, like the second to last season was the last one I really talked about. I don't bring them up because I don't watch them because I'm like, I'm done with this. I don't care. So,
the CW kind of makes me sad because they had a nice thing going. No, and don't get me wrong, there's like it's hit and miss. They'll have a bad season here with something, and then a good season, or maybe a good half season, but it's all over the place.
Yeah,
they should have aimed for 3, but they were forced to have to do 5 and beyond of those shows of years.
I think, man, I really think Marvel is like not the way people feel about the shows has been a little more across the board than the movies, because the movies are generally loved with good reason. Marvel ain't doing these movies bad. Like that, every once in a while, Shang-Chi wasn't it for me, or Shang-Chi, or whatever, however you say it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I loved Shang-Chi, but yeah,
it was not it for me.
That's okay.
So it was Black Widow, but
yeah,
I loved WandaVision. I had some issues with a couple of things in WandaVision, but I was like, this is magnificent. I can rewatch this stuff.
Well, all of this stuff has something to complain about. Everything has something to complain about. Like She-Hulk, I love She-Hulk, but I'll agree they probably could have given another year for the CGI. Now, that's nothing against the VFX artist. Praise to the VFX artists who bring stuff that doesn't exist to life. I love it. But I'll agree, it's a little lower, but it's also a TV show and it doesn't ruin the story for me.
CW had
not at all. And in fact,
I can't even remember I keep wanting to call them the Defenders, but they had them fight, and it's not Defenders. It's the CW version of the Defenders. whatever that show was. It wasn't that great. Heroes, I can't remember the name. I feel like Golden.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, but they had them fighting like they had the big bad fighting a manifestation of all of their wills, and it manifested like a big blue teddy bear. Marvel hasn't done that to me yet, and I'm grateful for Marvel, and I'm really mad at the CW for doing that. Like that's like they had a season with Damien Dark. He was kicking tail. He was kicking all their tail, and that's how they ended. I was like, I watched all of that, and this is what you brought me to.
I mean, and I didn't even, when we reviewed Thor, I had fun with it. I wasn't crazy about it. Don't have to watch it again. Oh, that's right. You haven't watched it yet, have you, Mark?
I'm going to watch it.
It's on stream.
Maybe tonight.
I love Thor: Love and Thunder. Is that what you guys are talking about?
Yeah, I had fun with it. I'm a little harsh on it, but ultimately, stuff that even though when I review it, you won't catch me really all the time on my social media, every single post, every single thread. Like, you probably didn't even know we didn't like Shang-Chi like that, but you don't see us. Soon as if the beard says Shang-Chi and we're like, or like under his comment, trying to choke him. No, we don't do that.
Exactly.
We're like, how dare you like this thing that I don't like? And it's like, long as you are respectful, this and that, you have a right to not like it or like it. Like,
exactly.
I will judge you about your bad taste. You are entirely entitled to be wrong. Be the very wrong that you are about whatever it is that you like that I don't like. You're entitled to that.
So I want to say something about Thor. Oh, go ahead. What's up? Oh, I just wanted to say something about Thor. And if plug your ears if you haven't seen Thor, but there's one thing I hated about it. I didn't like Stormbreaker's attitude. That kind of bugged me. And then there was another thing that Thor kept doing. Thor had a very Michael Scott way of putting his foot in his mouth, and I hate foot and mouth syndrome. That stuff.
Can I say this though?
What's that?
The thing you don't like? That was one of my favorite parts. I love the attitude.
That's the thing. Everyone's gonna like or not like something, and that's the beauty of it. Like, people act like that's the bad part. But I'm done spoiling it now. You're good.
So
I didn't hear anything because I was singing. You should kiss me more, baby. We got so much to lose. Oh, I was singing that in my head.
Okay.
I just thought I would share.
We'll be doing this again next week. If you guys are interested in joining, we'll be doing it again. Jay will be joining me.
Hey, this was fun. This was fun. I'm definitely open.
I want to thank Blurnish for joining us. I'm gonna wrap it up because I got some stuff to do. But thank you guys for joining us, and hopefully we'll have you guys back next week if you're available. If not, we'll be doing 5 more of these. So you guys are welcome to join us back anytime.
Thank you. I love it.
Until then, thank you for joining. Stay bearded, stay awesome, and much love. What's that? Oh, you cut out.
There he is. Cool.
There he is.
Here.
What's up?
Well, I don't know if am I still here?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, just want to say thank y'all for having me. Catch us on how you see it spelled, blurred-ish.com. That's www.blerd-ish.com. Podcast merch sale next week. And if you're local around the way, catch us in Louisiana Comic Con. I will be in the Artist Alley.
Awesome.
I'm Mark Dub on IG. Just look for the cute. Search for Mark Dub. Find the cute guy and then pick the one under him. That would be me.
Alrighty. Well,
She-Hulk is cute. She-Hulk was cool.
Hey.
It's swing you around.
She swiped right on me.
Yeah. All right. You guys take it easy, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, we are out of here.
Peace.
Boom, cut the check.
That was totally wicked! Thanks for checking out another episode. We hope you enjoyed it. New episodes are released every other Friday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Check back then or subscribe so that your device downloads it automatically. Audio episodes are available pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts, so it's really easy to share them with all your nerdy friends. For YouTube viewers, subscribe and click the little bell so you're notified about all our new content. Links to talk nerdy to us can be found in the episode description as always. You can chat with the bear, the beard, or the rest of the Bearded Bear team, head researcher and graphic designer, Mama Bear, the social media sorcerer, Nerd Squatch, the master of marketing, Han Bralo, the master merch fabricator, Tyler the Great, or any of our public liaisons, Mama Kim, Katie Cat, or JB. Huge thanks to them, the geeks of the round table, and all our awesome friends of the cast. Much love, y'all. Lastly, for more cool music like this awesome outro track, go check out Harlequin Soul, Secret Apex on Facebook and Spotify. His links are in the description as well. Talk at you next episode, nerds. See you then. Welcome to the end. Are you a fan or just pretend?